Yoga is a journey of self-discovery and self-actualization. Every time we practice yoga, we discover a little more of our mind-body-spirit integration. And once we experience this integration within ourselves, we begin to understand and appreciate our oneness with the universe around us. Namaste. Hello and welcome to IYER Integrated Yoga Exercise Routine Class 21. Namaste. My name is Sundar IYER and thank you for taking this class. I hope you have done your warm-ups because, as I said in the last class, we are not going to do warm-ups as part of our regular class. I would like you to do that, and we have a special video out there. I want you to watch that, do the warm-ups, and then begin your class. So, assuming that you have done the warm-ups, let's begin doing our yoga, and we're going to begin it with Vajrasana. Vajrasana, as we did in the last class, we use a towel to sit on, but I also want to show you, I found this fancy neck pillow online. It's a yoga neck pillow, but you can also, if you have one of these, you can also use it as a cushion for your ankles so you learn. Once again, always remember to keep your toes together and your heels apart. I don't want you to make the mistake of doing this. Open up your heels and sit. Form a bucket and try to fit your butt in between them. So this is how Vajrasana is done. So you can use this pillow if you want. The reason I prefer a towel is because you begin with height, and as you progress, you can lower the height, and you can judge how long you can maintain it on a lower height. So I'm going to stick to my good old towel here as we begin this exercise. Let's repeat what we did in the last class. We're going to raise the hands, interlock the fingers, and stretch and do deep breathing, and then we're going to do the twists, and then I'm going to teach you a new exercise. So let's begin together. Throughout the Vajrasana exercise, the spine is straight. And I want you to remember that when we do this exercise of raising the hands up, for some of you, you might stop here and you might drop your neck back. Now you see the disconnect, your spine is up and your arms are pointing this way. Now I want you to try, once you get your arms up here, try and push it all the way back, almost behind your neck. So this is in one straight line. This is where I want you to be. Okay, not here. So try, if you can. It's not wrong if you do this, but slowly I want you to move this part right here. This part moves and the whole thing moves back. That is why when we do the warm-up, that's going to help in opening up the shoulder blades. So open up all the way and then drop. This helps the lungs to expand and for us to do deep breathing. Let's begin this exercise together. Breathe in. As you breathe out, stretch your hands up, interlock your fingers, turn your palms upwards, then drop your neck back. Get into position. Now, 3 rounds of deep breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe out, stretch. Breathe in. As you breathe in, expand your lungs. Excellent. As you breathe out, stretch and go up to the ceiling. Once again, breathe in. And as you breathe out, stretch. Now, before we come down, one final inhalation. So breathe in. And as you breathe out, stretch your hands by the side and come down slowly. As I said in the last class, and I'm going to constantly repeat this, in this exercise, as you breathe in, you expand your lungs. As you breathe out, you stretch the spine. Remember that combination. Okay, and I said in the last class, this is your mantra So that is your mantra. When you breathe in, expand your chest. When you breathe out, lengthen your spine. The next exercise here are the twists. So I'm going to twist to the right side. So what do? I take my left palm, place it on my right knee. I breathe in. As I breathe out, I twist. Now, what does my right palm do? I'm going to grab one of my toes right here, or slide it in between my feet if possible, and use that as a fulcrum to engage my twist. I breathe in. Every time I breathe out, I'm going to twist. Now, if you find that you're not able to reach down, we have this bolster always, right? Bring the floor up, see? But do not make the mistake of reaching out like this. You see this now? This does not help us. We want to keep the spine straight. So if you can't reach down, use a bolster and twist. Every time you breathe out, twist. And for those of you who are in the twist, hold it there. Every time you breathe out, twist a little more, twist a little more. Close your eyes, observe. Is my spine straight or am I leaning back? Am I crouching? Am I sitting up straight? Okay, breathe in, come back to position. Let's try the other side. Your right palm now is on your left knee. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, twist. Place your right palm behind you. Place it between your toes if you can, and twist. Once again, close your eyes. With every inhalation, twist. We did this in the Namaste routine, and that was just to build a foundation. This is true yoga. So breathe in. As you breathe out, twist. Breathe in. As you breathe out, twist. Use the bolster if required. Twist. And breathe in. As you breathe out, come back to position. Wonderful. The new exercise that we are going to learn today is called Pranam Asana. You all know what asana means by now. Okay, asana means pose. So all of these names always end with asana, asana, asana. Asana means pose. The reason why it's called a pose is because we retain them for some time. We are in the pose for some time. Okay. The name again of this asana that I'm going to teach you is Pranam Asana. What does Pranam mean? Pranam means salutations. So this is a forward bend. You're literally going to bend your spine and crouch. This is actually also called a crouching position. But let me show you how this is done, and we shall do this together. So I don't want you to do this with me, but I want you to watch how this is done so you get a good idea of how to go about it. There are 2 steps to do this. In today's class, I'm going to teach you the first step, number 1, and that is first you lean forward. We'll come to the breathing later. I'm just going to show you how it is done physically with the body. And then I'm going to simply crouch down, place the top of my head, not my forehead, but the top of my head, the top of my skull, on the floor, and joining my palms together in the front. This is how it's done. Now, we're going to do this together in a little bit, okay? What I would suggest for those of you, if you feel your stomach is going to come in the way because of excess fat or whatever, what you probably need to do is, if you can't go all the way down, use a bolster once again in front and rest your head on the bolster. But do not make the mistake. What's the mistake here? Do not make the mistake of doing this. This is not Pranam Asana, okay? This has different implications. We won't go into that now. I want you to teach this exercise, so let's focus on this. And the focus of this exercise is you do not raise the butt from the heels. So you're sitting and you're simply crouching down. If you're using the bolster, then you're sitting and you're simply crouching down on the bolster. All right. Let's do this together, and then we will take note, and we'll wonder, and we'll work on the breathing. So you're sitting in Vajrasana, lean forward slightly, place your palms on the floor, put your weight on your hands, and then slowly come down, either on a bolster or on the floor. Place the top of your head and join your palms together. Breathe in and out softly. Come back up slowly. Now, what is more likely that would have happened is you would have found it difficult to breathe, and it's natural because you're crushed like this, your thighs are in the way, your stomach is crushed in, and you're not going to be able to breathe well. So here's a little trick. Now, if your stomach can really go in, I don't have really a problem breathing. For those of you who have done yoga before, I use my back to expand and contract. So I'm not going to be, I don't find it personally, I don't find it difficult breathing. But as a novice, if you're doing this for the first time, here is a little trick. Watch my knees here. I want to keep my knees a little apart. Not my feet, just my knees. Open up the knees so there is room for the abdomen and the lungs to expand and contract. So when you do this exercise, you may want to keep your knees apart. So let's try this now. We're going to keep our knees apart, and let's bring in breathing. I breathe in. As I breathe out, I'm not raising the heels. I'm not raising the butt from the heels. As I breathe out, I come down, place the top of my head, join my palms together, and I breathe in and out. Focus on exhalation as in this exercise. Breathe out fully. Breathe in. Breathe out fully. One more round. Breathe in. Breathe out fully and slowly. And come up. I want you to notice in this exercise, the reason why I was insisting that we place this part of the head and not the forehead is simply because when you place this part of the head, your chin is locked onto the chest. And I mentioned this before. This is a very important lock in yoga. When you are doing these poses, it is believed, and this is all open to a lot of research, and I think in the decades to come, we'll find out more about how these poses release certain hormones, certain chemicals in the brain. This lock here helps in to retain those chemicals that are released in the brain. And so you're able to enjoy the peace and the calmness that is brought about. Okay, that is the whole idea of the lock. During meditation, you lock. During certain important poses like this, you lock. So if you're going to place the forehead, which is a whole different version of this exercise, the lock is released. It's not wrong, but in order to gain the maximum benefit of a salutation, when you place your forehead on the floor like this, you lock. You see this? This is the lock. And that helps us. And also it brings a little more blood to the face and to the top of the head. So that is beneficial too. Now this is how we practice this exercise. Now that we have learned this, let's come back to Vajrasana. And I know many of you are sitting here and you're feeling the ankle burn. You can release a little bit, ease your ankle, come back. Let's do 5 rounds of deep breathing before we end this class. Let's take our position. You can join your palms together and place it here, or you can keep your palms down and place it on the thighs. Ensure that the spine is straight. Once again, Ujjayi Pranayama, use the throat to suck in the breath. That is called the glottis breathing. Let's breathe in together. Breathe in. 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One last time. In. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a deep breath. As you breathe out, gently open your eyes. Thank you for taking this class. Before we end this class, let's tune in to listen to Ratanji's inspirational quote for the day. And until we meet again, be well, be willing, be wise.
Namaste. The power in me bows to the power in you, unifying us in oneness. Your capability to express uninhibited gratefulness represents the extent of your own selflessness. Gratefulness comes from the understanding and acceptance that nothing belongs to you, and thus that there is no mine. With this understanding and acceptance, you automatically become selfless and begin to appreciate everything, even the air you breathe. This selflessness provides a mode for stress-free living, since you develop a mindset of being grateful for everything in life, even the challenges and struggles. May the power within you enrich and empower your day.